Sup, y'all? Stacy. Welcome to Disturbed. Like up in here. Let's go down to another dull day passes as you struggle to maintain your failing farm. Hey now, this looks a little close to home. Damn. Your crops are beginning to wilt and your cow is sick. I almost said crow. Now, this ain't happened to us yet, but it could, and I feel attacked. For some time, the land has been very quiet. The air has grown thick and foul. Each passing day, you feel more uncertain if things will ever return to how they were before. How were they before? Was you out there tipping cows? Perhaps it is up to you. You've made your mind. You are going to do something about it. I thought I'd get more audio out of this. You stand in front of your humble home, pondering what you should do next. Build onto it. It's cheap, I promise. There's no reason to go in the crops without nothing. Go to shed. Fuck. You attempt to open the shed door, but the door won't budge. You remember locking it some time ago, but you can't remember what you did with the key. Yeah, about that, we don't lock shit. Entering the house, you feel a subtle uneasiness, as if the growing blight outside has penetrated the walls of your safe haven. From what you... Excuse me, rude. One, two, three. Here's your new champion. Good Lord. If y'all were any louder, I'd make you pay rent. Where was I? From what you see, however, everything is the same as you left it. Perhaps this may be a good time to lay in bed and wish that your problems will just go away. I've learned something about that. They're still there in the morning. You fight the notion, but the temptation is still there. Read journal. Dear journal. Another unusual day on the farm. The crops are growing with good health. Bethy Ann is... Bethy Ann, get back in the trailer now. Bethy Ann is also doing quite well. Never disappointed with the milk she provides. It's supposed to be sirs. If things continue to go well, I may be able to invest in more animals. A farmer can only be so social with a cow. But you can only be so social with a cow. ... Dear journal, today has been an unfortunate day. Somebody broke into my shed and stole some things. I usually don't mind if someone steals a bite to eat from the garden. But to take my equipment, well, I put a lock on the door and hid the key. Nobody will ever get in my stuff again. Them dag-nabbit bandits never be back here again. Dear journal, I woke up one night to a foul smell I have never come across before. I took a step outside to see what I could find, but I found nothing after searching about the farm. Whatever it is, it must be bad. I should make a trip into the city and see what this is about. Open chest. You open the chest to find nothing more than a pile of papers. It seems you have less valuables than you anticipated. You close the chest. No one keeps their valuables in a chest. It's under the bed. Outside then. What, I leave the key in I leave the key in the crops? A path divides the crops. You have labored so hard to prosper these past months. A penetrating odor reminds you that your plants are decaying away, and time is running short. Going to the pen. Oh, scared shit out of me. A toxic fume burns your nose as you enter the pen. Your poor cow lays lifeless on the ground. As a gnawing blight slowly begins to consume her body, you feel sick to your stomach as you stand there, especially as you stare at the black mushrooms that dot the ground. She ate the kudzu, and then she died from bloat. Grab the mushroom. You kneel down and grab a mushroom. You begin to rip it out of the ground. A cloud of spores spray from the mushroom. Your hands begin to burn and melt as you observe them. Slowly your body shrivels up into a dark, moist consistency as the poison spreads. You die, eventually, after crawling about on the ground. Your adventure ends here. Maybe that was just the start of the adventure. Another dull day passes. Yada 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 yada. That's not the sound a pin makes, by the way. Like this would? Nah, it ain't making that sound. A toxic fume burned your nose. Inspect the water. You inspect the water, looking for anything abnormal. You notice that the water has a dark consistency to it. Dropping a stone into it, black particles from the bottom swirl about like a thunderstorm. Your face shrivels in disgust. There must be mold spores. What is this, is this the aftermath of Resident Evil 7? A path divides the crops. Yeah. Follow the path. You continue down the trail for a while until you see a cave cut off in the distance. You pause, questioning if there could be something helpful in there. Almost said useful, but nothing's useful. It's only hardly helpful. I love cave. I wish we had caves where I live. All we have is clay and hills. And hills are less fun unless you have a wagon. I did not mean to click that. You notice that there is a different smell, but you welcome it, comparing it to the deathly blight found outside. Let's go until... shit, bear! Meow. You take a next step. Before you take your next step, a large bear emerges from the darkness. You realize that you made a terrible mistake, even thinking that something helpful can be in here. Fight the bear. You scan the ground and notice that there are numerous rocks, and you can grab and throw. Most things out there are scared to death of shit being thrown, so just yeet it that way and take off. Being here, BeaversInc is not responsible for your death or dismemberment in the case of using any of this information. Thank you. One after the other, you throw the rocks as hard as you can. The bear charges at you. Bend over to grab another rock, tackling you to the ground. The bear bites your neck. Your body quickly goes limp and you die. Your adventure in here. Yeah. Wait, I could have hit load game, couldn't I? Follow the path. I almost forgot what I was doing here. Continue down the path. You come to a stop as you stumble upon a broken wagon. Inspect wagon. You look about the mess to find bits of food and clothes scattered around the scene. You notice a key on the ground during your search. This is not the key you hid, is it? You pick up the key and continue on your way. After what felt like an hour or two, you reach a bridge. Nearby the path is a small shack, similar to the house you have on the farm. The man that lives here is a kind fellow, from what you recall. Maybe he is home. Inspect shack. You walk toward the structure and knock on the door. Shouldn't that have been before the sound effect? You scratch the back of your head, figuring that the person that lives here is currently occupied, if not elsewhere. You remember picking up a key from the wagon and you use it on the door. That's the first thing you're going to do is break and enter. You decide to help yourself in. Who does that? Observing the empty room, you realize something terrible must have taken place here. That makes sense. The room is a wreck, just like the wagon. You are overcome with fear as you think of the man that used to dwell here. Inspect the book table. You pick up the book and start to flip through the pages. You discover that this is a journal. Reading a passage or two can't hurt. Today's trading went smoothly, thank goodness. What I am thrilled most about, however, is what one of my buddies mentioned to me at the conclusion of our day. Apparently there is a pond nearby that has some of my some of the biggest fish in the region. With a good catch, I can make enough to move things forward. I was caught off guard when he mentioned that nobody has been able to catch anything from there. I guess your typical fishing rod wouldn't do the trick, but what can be done about it then? Something to be intrigued about, I suppose. These past couple of weeks have been really rough for me. My trading business has gone under, and I have nearly lost everything I own. This has pushed me to the extremes, but that can't be helped now. I am leaving this place forever, never to return. The land is dying, and there is nothing but darkness here. Anyone reading this should leave while they can. If you took the key with you to the shack, how would anyone have been able to get in? Well, I guess you could have, broke the window or door down or something. You can't find a name to give this man, but regardless of the name, you got chills running down your spine. There's something nasty behind this trapdoor, and I gotta figure out what it is. You observe the trapdoor and notice a lock keeping it closed. With the key, you unlock the hatch and get it open. How did they manage to key the house and that lock the same? Without thinking, you travel downward. I just wanted to take a peek. What? Walking down the steps leading below, the air attacks your body with a piercing cold. You notice immediately that there's a woman chained to the wall. She doesn't seem to notice you as you study her. She's probably dead. You feel darkness surrounding you as you stay in this awful place. Well, try anyway. You tremble as you try to form words with your mouth. You there. Let me out of here. Oh shit, she's alive. The pressure of such a demand makes you freeze. You take a moment to think about the situation before you respond. You got what got you locked up to begin with? A random dude in a village has a basement with a woman in it, and somehow it's her fault? You'll never believe me, even if I told you the truth. Something brought you here. Please, have mercy on me. I'm gonna wind up dead from this, aren't I? You approach the woman and unlock the shackles that bind her. Her arms become free. She moans in pain. Oh, thank you so much. The woman struggles to regain her strength, but starts to stand up on her own. As she gets up, she turns toward you. I will now do you a favor. And she's going to kill me now. You feel the chilling grip of bone hands lock onto your arms. Energy flees from your body and you fall over to your knees. Not a single another time in this game am I helping nobody. You feel the essence of your life slip away as everything goes black. It is unfortunate your journey ends here. Now what if I hit load game? I didn't save. Okay, that's how that works. I'm not good with the computer games. It's new to me. I've only had the computer a year. Give me a break. Yeah. I'll be back where I was. And I'm going to start using the save feature. Okay, this time I'm going to open the door, but I'm going to leave the woman down there. I want to see if it kills me. I didn't save! Okay, what if I leave? Oh, I don't get to go back. Okay, whatever. You cross the bridge safely and continue down the trail. After all that has happened, you feel you should take a moment to rest. You find a spot under the tree and sit down. Getting comfortable, you tilt your head back against the tree and gaze into the sky. Is it day or night, though? I should probably not take a nap. Pick at the grass. As you pick at the grass blades in your reach, the ground begins to shake. Before you can get up, roots from below sprout from the ground and wrap your legs. Great. You turn around to see a large, angry face looking back at you. Your jaw drops in horror. No sound or scream escapes your tongue as the tightening grip of the roots squeeze what air is left out of your body. Your adventure ends here. I'll be back. Okay, this time I'm gonna save. Oh, this is how you save. Okay. I tried to hit the Q button, didn't work. Talk to the woman. Now I want to see what happens if I just leave. I will not. No, don't go. You, with nothing else to interact with, you make your way upstairs. As you exit, you can hear the woman laugh behind you. The voice causes the shack to shake. You leave the shack as fast as you could. You leave the shack and cross the bridge before something bad happens. You cross the bridge safely and continue down the trail. After all that happened, you feel you should take a moment to rest. You find a spot under a tree and sit down. Getting comfortable, you tilt your head back against the tree and gaze into the sky. This time I'm going to take a nap. You close your eyes and your body relaxes. You fall asleep within seconds. As your mind wanders, you see a blurry image. Details emerge as you gaze. You wonder who this might be. It's probably the old man that you were just talking about. A bad feeling then overcomes you, and you realize who this is. You try to wake yourself up. Oh, it's you! You wake up and jump to your feet, looking about yourself and your surroundings. All seems well. You can't help but feel fearful that something bad will happen to you if you stay here. Moving forward seems like the only logical option now. You reach the point where the trail splits into two paths. Which way should you go? Left looks less traveled. After continuing down the path for some time, you stop. You notice that there is some sort of trail that leads through the grass up toward the nearby hill. If you had not stopped, you would have never noticed. I don't see that in this picture. Which way do you go? Let's continue down the path. You walk for some time to find an endless field of grass. There is a stone well near the path. Let's inspect the well. You peer down the well. Other than the evident water at the bottom, there's a coin resting against the wall of the well. If possible, you feel you should go down and take the coin. Why? Why? But the thing is, though, like, you got no rope, you got no person. If you get trapped in a well by yourself, let me tell you how that goes. You scream for months on end until eventually you die. Well, actually, I wouldn't even be a month. Oh, it was like 4 days max. Well, it's got water down here. You probably die of starvation first. I'm already here. Let's grab the coin. You lean over the edge of the well. There is no possible way you can obtain the coin by reaching for it. With this in mind, you turn and climb down along the inner wall of the well. You take a few successful steps down, but your luck runs out. You misplace your foot and you fall in. Tumbling about, your body clashes against the stone walls with a single knock on the head. You lose all consciousness of your accident. With a splash, you fall in the water. Your body sinks effortlessly, and you drown without realizing it. I have no idea how short or long that recording was. So however much you didn't see, there will be a duck in the corner. I don't know which corner. I don't know where this camera has been. But while I'm not there, you will have a duck. You reach a point where the trail splits into two paths. Which way should you go? I go left. Because I don't know why. Continue. Inspect well. Leave. Hey, nothing happens. Perhaps you can take the coin later. You step away from the well. Continue on. Walking over hills of grass. Wait a minute. I would like to save. Walking over hills of grass and grain, you reach the walls of Aramar. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. You reach the walls of Armorir. Several times a year, you come here to trade goods for the farm. You discover the plague that has spread to your farm has also spread all the way out here. The path before you is overrun with blight. Why would I? I'm going to continue, but why would I continue? You've come a long way and you don't desire to turn back now. You march forward to the tainted soil. Before you realize what happened, you sink completely under the soil. Darkness consumes you and your lungs struggle for air. Your body burns in pain as you suffocate and die. Your adventure ends here. Yeah, that's why I saved. Okay. Go back. You realize you must go back. There's no way to reach the city. Let's, first, let's, save. Return. And then we're gonna go back on the grass trail. That's not what I wanted. Continue down the path. Oh, that's all there is. Okay. Follow the trail in the grass. Save. Return. Following the subtle trail in the grass, you stumble upon what looks like a grave. More grave robbing now. You approach the grave. You look at the sword with intrigue. Ooh, hello. But before you can touch the sword, a ghostly figure appears before you. You freeze before the apparition. You, the sword, may I have it? The spirit, the blade is cursed. I am bound here by the pain of my past. If you desire the sword, free me from it. You slowly motion for the sword. Fool! Only something of pure essence can free me. A rare hope, like a flower, bound in darkness. Yeah. Grab it anyway. You reach for the sword, but before you can lay a finger on it, the spirit grabs your arm. A sharp pain flows over your body and your flesh melts off your bones. What fragments remain fall to the ground. Your adventure ends here. See, this is why I've been saving now, because I didn't want to keep going over and over again. Inspect grave. Yeah. You listen to the specter and leave the sword. The figure fades out of view. Continue on. You pause to see that there is a lake nearby. The trail continues on to your right. Inspect the lake. What's that one meme? Hang on, I'm gonna look it up. Reminds me of that "Oh Ponzer of the Lake" meme. I'll put it here if people don't know. You step near the lake and look down into it. Resting underwater is an orb of some sort, sitting on the bottom of the lake. There's something strange about it, as if it were calling out to you. Save. Dive in. We're gonna drown. You close your eyes and jump into the lake. That's not a diving sound. You open your eyes and see the stone sitting before you. You start to make your way toward it. A large fish comes into view, and it quickly notices you with its mouth stretched open. Your food time. You try to leave for the surface, but the fish catches up to you, and quickly find yourself hopeless before this creature. You close your eyes as the giant fish rips your body apart with its teeth. You die a very painful death. Your adventure ends here. I'm finding all the endings. Leave. Now is probably not the time. Continue along the trail. Why is everything trying to kill me? I thought this was going to be like, bad times on the farm meme. I didn't know it was going to be like a adventure tale. I thought it was supposed to be like a horror game. You jump scares and flashlights. Oh wait, that's Five Nights at Freddy's. The faint trail comes to an end. There's a collection of stone pillars down the hill. Beyond the hill is a large field of grass. Explore the pillars. Actually, first save. I'm quickly running out of time. You find yourself gazing over the grass fields with hills rolling off into the distance. What? Them shrooms I picked up in the beginning were good, weren't they? As if trick upon your eyes, you see a unicorn run across the field. It disappears out of sight before you can do anything. Surely the unique powers of a unicorn can help you with your quest, but there is clearly something wrong. If only there was a way to charm it. You stand before the large stones, arranged in the shape of a circle. In the center is a stone with what appears to be some sort of slot or hole. No doubt about it, something is meant to be placed here. That orb from earlier. Seeing that you can't do anything, you head back. Makes sense. I went down the wrong path. We go right this time. You reach the end of the path, and unfortunately, it seems we've reached the end of this episode, but I will be making another episode. How about that? Nice, right? But yeah, like and comment if you like what I'm doing, and leave some feedback for me to understand what I'm doing wrong. I know I can't rate. I'm kind of stupid. I'm going to get there. Subscribe if you want to see the next episode. It will be coming again, and I'll see all y'all on the next one. Later.